What's going on, guys? It's Tyler. Wanted to run through one of my favorite books today. This is what I think is probably one of the most basic, personal finance, investments, um, real estate sort of books. You can read. I think it's probably the first one you should read when you're first kind of getting into this topic. And I even think it's something you can read to your kids just because it's set up in a way where it's more of a story as opposed to just hard facts and some guy telling you how to save your money and invest and things like that. So it's set up in a way that's interesting to read. Seems like more of a fiction book as opposed to an investment book. So it's just kind of something that can keep you involved and keep you engaged and kind of help you learn in sort of a fun way. So it's The Richest Man in Babylon. It's been around for a long time. I believe it was written in probably the 50s. And you can kind of see it in some ways. But again, it's very simple topics it's going over. So it's not like any of this stuff isn't relevant anymore. But again, without going into too much detail, I'm not going to do a full review. But just some of the basic topics it's going into is basically saving your money, saving 10% of everything you earn. Again, it's written in a story fashion where it's, some guy named novices talking to his friend who is the richest man in Babylon, asking, why are you so rich? How are you, why do you have all this money? And how do you not seem like you're doing any work every day? Where I see him, seem like I'm working 12 hours a day. So he's basically just telling him a story of how he's learned how to save his money, have his money work for him, and kind of, have passive income, save it, have his expenses less than everything he earns, and things like that. So some of the basic, topics, some of the, the basic, things that are like the main topics are saving at least, 10% of everything you earn. Basically, your money is yours first. So you don't want the first thing you do when you get paid to, pay all your bills and whatever's left over is yours. Pay yourself first. Put 10%, 20% of, every paycheck into a savings account or into an investment, 401k, IRA, things like that, and then, pay your bills and everything like that. So the way that the book describes it is, you have a bunch of debt and your debt people are hounding you and everything. So the first thing to do is pay yourself and then work on a payment arrangement with them. Obviously, it's a little different these days. You kind of get in trouble when you don't pay your bills. But the idea is if you take that money out of your bank account, so you don't see it or get it out of the way, so it's not even on the board, you'll basically just kind of naturally budget yourself for what's left over. So you don't have that extra money hanging around in your bank account and you won't end up spending it, basically. And then once you have a little bit of a nest egg, or you've been, say you've just been saving that money in a savings account, you want to help that gold multiply or make the way they describe it is make your children work for you and then allow them to have other children. Talking about money and then passive income and compound interest. So use that money, invest it in things you know about, things that you are confident in and are safe. Again, there's a lot of stories that happen throughout the book, but basically finding safe, sound, profitable investments, using that money and allowing it to grow over time. Keep adding money to it, but allowing that money to have compound interest and keep growing, over the course of time. Another topic the book goes into, again, fairly simple, is basically guarding your treasure from loss. So essentially investing it, like we talked about, in safe investments, bonds, blue chip growth stocks, things like that aren't going to be, you're not going to lose all your investment. You're not investing it in, Bitcoin or whatever, where it's your gains aren't, going to be stable, and you're not going to lose your money and things like that. And essentially, the whole reason for all of that is providing income for yourself in the future. Again, obviously that alludes to retirement, like your 401k and IRAs and stuff like that. But basically preserving money for yourself in the future to either purchase other things or live on for a long period of time without having to work again. So that's the whole idea. Is in a super basic, super easy way to understand is saving money, investing, compound interest, saving money for the future to have, a passive income. So once you retire, you won't have to, worry about working again when you don't need to anymore, and things like that. So this is a very basic, investment book, something to definitely look into. It's an easy read, easy audio book. It's all over YouTube, all over audible.com and things like that. I'll link down below to a Amazon affiliate page. If you do want to purchase through Amazon, again, the book's very inexpensive, but if you purchase through that link, it does help the channel. Gives me probably like 50 cents, but does obviously help, help making videos like this. But if it's something that you're interested in, something you want to start learning more about, this is definitely the place to start. And like I said, this is something I could picture someone reading to their children. As far as the simplicity of the ideas and the storyline that kind of goes along with it, as opposed to it just being facts and some guy kind of spitting things at you, it does actually have relevant ideas and practical terms and things like that could instill that into a younger person's mind. So definitely something to read. Definitely a very simple book to kind of get yourself in the right mindset as far as investing and personal finance and saving and that sort of thing. Thanks again, guys. I hope you enjoy the book. Let me know in the comments below if you had any other books that you enjoy regarding personal finance, investments, things like that. Other ones you'd like me to review on the page, or if you think other people should know about. Also hit the like button, subscribe. Gonna be making other book reviews and just simple simple things, going over some of my favorite books, things like that. So again, let me know down below in the comments, and talk to you guys soon.